Hi loves, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel and happy Foundation Friday. Oh my gosh, still have those seeds in my teeth. What a great intro. I love it. Okay, anyway, I'm so glad to see you guys here. Really, really nice to see you. I have a brand new drugstore foundation, super affordable, and one that I think is brand spanking new. So if you want to know more about that, hit the subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. All right, today we're talking about this one from NYX, and it's called Born to Glow. I just picked this up on my Target haul or my drugstore haul that I just did yesterday. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Bunch of really great affordable goodies. Let me tell you about this foundation. Okay, so at Ulta, it's $10, and I believe it was just a little bit less expensive at Target. The shade range is amazing on this. Really great array of colors and depth of colors, so I really appreciate that. It's literally 45 different shades, so that's awesome to see. Obviously, we know NYX is cruelty free and they are PETA certified, which I love. It says that this natural glow foundation tube is key to creating a truly radiant look, whether you're looking for foundation for dry skin or foundation for oily skin. This liquid foundation blends like a dream, buildable coverage. This also is a vegan formula, which I absolutely love, with no animal derivatives or byproducts. It is a dimethicone-based foundation, so if you are sensitive to that, unfortunately, this would probably not be for you. All right, so I got two colors because I just could not figure out in the store what would work, and neither of them work for me, but when I put them together, they both work for me, or they work together. So I got the color light and then the soft beige. So if you are close to my coloring, probably want to get the one in between, and then it'll be good to go. All right, so how I have worn this is all, of course, as I usually do, all different ways. But for me, primer, which I already have on, I'm using the Elle Poreless Putty Primer. I will tell you off the bat, if you are dry or dehydrated, make sure you prep that skin. I have a whole video on prepping the skin correctly for your skin type to make foundation do what it's supposed to do. I really appreciate and agree with them when they say that this is a foundation for oily or dry skin. I do actually agree with that because I've worn it a couple of times, and to be honest with you, one time I wore it, it was quite kind of drying on the skin because I didn't prep well enough. Another time I didn't wear the primer and it kind of had a tendency to come off. Again, there's no long wear claims on this. It's just kind of a really more cleanish foundation. As always, we are going to do a good wear test. I have prepped my skin like I normally do, but I put on a hydrating SPF. It is the one from Kinship, their SPF, which is my current go-to. So I'm just going to take literally a little bit of each. Where it got dry was kind of right here on my lip, so I wanted to make sure that I made sure primer was there and that whole area was hydrated. Now for me, I'm going to use a damp sponge. I would obviously recommend you use your brush if you are oily, or your fingers. But you're going to see how quickly this goes on. And you know, they say that it is a glow foundation. I'll be honest with you, I don't necessarily know if I agree with that. I think that it has a few more hydrating properties to it, but I think it's all about how you prep the skin, because they even say, like, use our illuminizing primer, basically, which means it's going to give you that glow, because this is more of a universal foundation. And I want to just do half my face so you guys can see. All right, so literally that is a quick pass. Look at that. Oops, I forgot my ear here. Look how pretty that is. Yes, before, after. Before, after. Cool, right? All right, so I'm going to apply the rest of the face. All right, so it is on. I'm just going to make sure this part right here is really pressed into the skin. I will say that there is an opportunity for this to become a tad bit cakey, so go in layers. Like, don't go full ham and apply a full face, because this is a high medium coverage for me, because it's done a pretty good job of covering up that hyperpigmentation. with just a very quick pass. It's kind of what I like about this foundation is it's such a nice coverage. It feels extremely lightweight on the skin, absolutely weightless. I can't feel anything on the skin. All right, so I just applied my concealer, my go-to right now, my Milani concealer. Now for this, you have to set this foundation. For a more dry to dehydrated skin type, I would absolutely recommend going in with the Milani Prep Set Glow Illuminating Transparent translucent or transparent powder. That's what I have done it with. You can also obviously do it with a more of a occlusive or matte powder if you're more oily. But unfortunately, this foundation, or fortunately, whichever one you want, does stay dewy. It does dry down a tad bit, but it does kind of stay looking like this. And that in this heat, maybe in the winter it would be okay, but in this heat, there's no way that this foundation would last very long without setting it. So I'm just going to take that powder. All right, so now we are all set. I will tell you that if you have the Hourglass powder that I always talk about, that one is going to be great as well. I have in the past when I've worn this, I have actually set it with the Mineral Veil from Hourglass, the loose powder, and then went over the face with the ambient lighting powders from Hourglass. I know that's a lot. It's a lot of steps. You're probably like, it's a lot of steps, Elle. But it does work really well that way, just so you know. But for me, this foundation can get matte. So it is very versatile. But for me, I wanted to set it with something that had a little bit of something to it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay, let me finish the rest of my makeup. I'll be right back, and we'll talk about going in a natural light. All right, so everything is on. I am very glowy today. I love this. Okay, so let's bring it back again. I'm glowy because of the way I prep my skin and the powder I use to finish it. So just keep that in mind, that this can be adjusted to whatever skin type you have, because it has been much more matte on me when I've worn it a couple of days ago. So just keep that in mind, that this is very, very user-friendly and versatile to whatever your skin type is. All right, so here we are. Let's go into natural light. All right, party people, here we are. This is it. I'll let you get in real close. Yes. I really enjoy it. I think it's done a really nice job on just doing this a nice general coverage that doesn't feel cakey or heavy. That's what I love about it. But I will watch this as we go throughout the day to make sure that it doesn't get all cakey and weird there. Same with here. So let's give this a good wear test, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, love. So here we are. It is about 4.5 hours later. It's looking really pretty still. I'm loving the glow that's coming off of it. I'll let you see it real close. It's just gently coming off my nose a little bit. I did have a mask on earlier, so it's definitely not mask resistant, but it didn't come off hardly at all when I had the mask on. I just had it on for a short period of time. So I will see you guys in a few other hours, or a few more hours, I guess. Hi. All right. Oh, I look like a hot mess a little bit. It's the end of the night. Gray's home from school. We're about getting ready to do some dinner. So the foundation has been on a total of about 7 hours. I usually do a little bit longer, but tonight I'm going to cut it short. Just because I know that there's no long wear claims to it. But I do think I probably could get maybe another hour or two. I think so. Out of this. What do you think? You can tell that it's gently wearing. But not anything crazy or dramatic. I still feel like my skin looks really good, very, glowy. So let me know if you guys have tried this foundation. How's it worked for you if you guys have tried it? And yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you all in the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Bye, loves.